What up, YouTube? Teamers here. Since this month I'm doing my reviews for school-based films because of back to school month. Here is my review for the 1999 film Music of the Heart. Now, Music of the Heart is a very interesting film because it's actually directed by Wes Craven. And of course, you guys don't know Wes Craven, R.I.P. He was always best known for directing horror movies such as Scream, Nightmare on Elm Street, etc. I mean, he was like the mastermind in the horror genre. So, him directing a film like Music of the Heart, this is literally his first non-horror movie he's ever directed. And while it's not his best work, in my opinion, it's a very interesting, different turn of pace for Craven. And the movie, of course, stars Meryl Streep. Angela Bassett was in this. And you got Meryl Streep, who portrays this depressed music teacher named Roberta, who has been abandoned by her husband. So she lands a job, teaching violin to this underprivileged children in Harlem. And of course, you got Janet Williams, played by Angela Bassett, who is pretty much like the school principal, who's not really, fond of it, And so, like, after 10 years, however, the program is suddenly shut down following budget cuts. And so Roberta, together with Williams and her former pupils, worked to hold a fundraising concert here. But anyway, it's a really decent music drama. It's actually based on the 1995 documentary called Sworn Wonders, which I don't think I've ever seen. But the film also has a really intriguing cast too. It features the likes of Aidan Quinn. You also had Fame Latin superstar Gloria Estefan. Definitely, a really decent, Meryl Streep. She's Meryl Streep. The Street Monster is always terrific. Her, chemistry with Angela Bassett was great. You also had Cloris Leachman, who actually plays Meryl Streep's mother. That was an interesting cast right there. You also had Kieran Culkin and Michael Giacchino, who actually played Roberta's sons here. So yeah, definitely really decent, music. The score is really decent. The aspect is really good. Definitely a very different change of pace for Wes Craven. It was always interesting to see him go from something like Nightmare on Elm Street and Scream to doing a movie like this. So, hey, John Carpenter is a big-time horror director, and he went from Halloween to doing an Elvis movie. So, that was a turnaround there, too. But, that aside, it's always cool seeing, horror directors tackle something, outside the comfort zone. Like Eli Roth has done that. We've seen, other directors, do that. But this was definitely an interesting film craft for Wes Craven, and I miss that guy. He was always one of my favorite horror directors out there. He's the reason why I love the horror genre, and of course this film does it does involve school because it takes place in they're trying to save a music class and all. But anyway, Meryl Streep also she does music pretty well, and her music stuff in this was really cool to listen to. It does have some really decent humors in this as well. It's a really decent little film if you guys never seen it. Like I said, it's not really my favorite Wes Craven movie either. But if I did my top 10 favorite Wes Craven movies a couple years ago, and Music of the Heart, while it's a good film, it's not really my favorite film of his or anything like that. But it's still not a bad film in my opinion. So if you guys haven't really seen Music of the Heart and you want to see a very different film that Wes Craven directed, give Music of the Heart a go. I think you might enjoy it or you might not enjoy it. Anyway, let me lead you guys. Have you ever seen the Wes Craven film Music of the Heart? If so, what's up? Were you a fan of it? Were you not a fan of it? Drop comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Timmy Sign.